Hello, everybody. Just fixing my buckle in the. Oops, came undone. Got to make sure it's tight enough. Let's see. Hope you guys are doing good. It's all buckled up, but I need to cinch it up. There we go. There it is. Now I'm all buckled in, ready for the ride. Let's see. April is here tonight. Hallelujah. Glad you had a good night. Hopefully it was safe last night. Hopefully you watched the live. What the heck, right? Let's see. And then we got Larry's in the house. Hello, Larry. And we got April and Larry. April and Larry going back and forth. He got his popcorn ready for the show. Nice, Larry. Nice. Let's see. I'm just diamond painting and watching Supernatural until the live starts for like the 45th time, right? What a great show. Great show. I used to like that show, but some things I didn't understand. It's all made up, Larry. You don't have to understand it. Just enjoy it. It's just all made up. Hey, Joe's here. I'll be here in just a few minutes. No, you're not. You're here now. Just kidding. Finishing up her book club podcast. How fun. I love this show. Have rewatched it. Yeah, more time than you can count. I bet you. Yeah, it's a fun show. They just tell all the old scary stories we knew as we were growing up as kids. All right. She's here a wee bit early. Book club is over. Larry had a productive day, and Joe is glad. She got some DPing done. Felt pretty good about that. Was going to do it out back at the picnic table. Too windy. Yeah, a little windy up here today, too. Like 25 miles an hour gusting. Sustained about 15 to 18 miles an hour. Supposed to rain tomorrow, says Joe down there. I hope so. Need some water. We need some water, too. April says we had gnarly wind yesterday that gave her a headache. Wasn't happy about it because I had planned to brush out one of my friend's mom's horses. Oh, yeah. No fun. Had that same type of headache. Carrie gets them from Oklahoma. That's always windy. That's why she wants to leave. Sunshine in mid-80s for Larry. All right. Let's see, Joe. Cindy's in the house. Hello, Cindy. Denise is in the house. Hello, Denise. Glad you're all here. Joe, Larry. Christina is in the house. She'll be listening for a bit while at work. Very nice. And Crystal Lloyd's in the house. Excellent. We got a good crowd here tonight. It's Christina. Hi, Christina C. And Crystal says April. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to do some Crystal Lloyd pens because she's up next, I believe. And let's see what I get to do. Oh, there are 3 along the shore blanks. Oh, look at these guys. So the yellow one is a B. And then the middle one looks like a octopus or squid or one of them. Oh, jellyfish, I think it is. And then the last one is cats. Little kitties. Dragonflies. Look at those guys. Those are cute. Dang, man. Those are going to be fun. And let's see what she gets for a prescription here. Her prescription says 5 1/4 inches baseball bat, 0.48. Let's see how long these puppies are. All right. They are, about 5. They're about 5 1/2, Crystal. And if you don't mind, I'm going to leave them that long, and I'll tell you why. I'll show you on the microscope. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see, where's the camera at? Right down here. Let's go to the microscope. So if I cut a 1/4 inch off of that, let me get my marker. Let's see, if I cut a 1/4 inch off of that, put this over here. There you go. You can see it there. It'll be about that much off on either end. It'd be about a 1/8 of an inch, about that much, about half of that. If I cut that off, then what happens is it makes the baseball bat right about this area here, which means as I come out from a 0.48, which is pretty thin, I'm going to be cutting into that jellyfish, and I don't want to do that. I don't mind cutting into a little bit of the glitter, which we probably can't avoid, but I don't want to cut into that jellyfish. So we're going to leave these 5 1/2, and, they'll they'll be a little bit trimmed off as we round the ends and stuff like that. So it won't be exactly 5.5 when we're done, but I don't want to cut any of these off because I'll be cutting into all of that goodness there. Excellent. I'm glad you like that, Lori. All right, let me flip this over here to the lathe. Oop, been playing in a shop all day. Can you tell? Got the diaper out there. Let's see. All right, so the first thing I have to do is drill these. And these are interesting. Okay, this one here, I know how we can do that. All right. All right, there's that one there. I'll come over here. A little bit higher there. Again, these are one of those ones where I really have to watch the placement of my hole because I want to make sure I'm capturing the little bits that are in the middle without cutting through them. So I got to give myself a little bit of room. Jeez. All right, still thinking out loud here. All right, this one here, let me look at this one. That's got some thicker things on it, the little bees and the dragonflies, very cute. They've got to come, they got to get a little bit of room to breathe on those guys. So that is going to be a little bit higher on the mark than the other one. All right, that one's drilled pretty good. And now this one has some thicker jewels on there as well. So that's got to come up like the one I just did. Give it some room so we don't cut into those. Because you guys are buying these for these cute little jewels. I'm telling you, they're just so darling. A little bit of precision arithmetic here. Make sure we get it in the right spot. So the quandary with these particular ones, and I know she's a new turner and she does a phenomenal job at the decorating part, but if you look at this blank here, it is, let me make sure we're zeroed out here. We got the inches, let's get to the big inches here. So the bottom of this one here is 1 15 1/28. So that's probably like 1 1/8. And when you come over here, there's where the 1 1/8 is. So this one now is 1 9/32 thick. So that is, you can see how it goes uphill. So when you drill this, you can't just drill in the middle of that end. You have to place it right there so that we can capture that right there. In other words, we're turning around this center here. We're not turning around the middle, which would be that line. We're turning just a little bit above that so we can get those little guys encapsulated in there. Same thing with this one here. You can see where we're drilling there, just a little bit above that line. So anyway, good stuff. But that is the quandary with these. They're super delicate, super fantastic, and they require a lot. And remember, these are handmade, so there is no criticism there at all. These are 100% handmade. We appreciate the artistry. I know everybody does because we're doing a lot of these lately. So that is no criticism on along the shore blanks. It's just the reality of handmade items. But then when I have to turn them, I have to think about how they're going to end up. All right, so let me get some bushings in these guys here, or these girls here. Not sure the gender of these blanks. I could be confused real easily. All right. All right. 2 more bushings. Here we go. Beautiful and beautiful. All right. We're going to do the honeybee one first. You can see this one too. Again, no criticism, just thoughts about how we turn them. Is this one here. We turn along that line right above it so that we can focus in on what these little doodads are, the bees and the dragonflies and stuff. So that'll be fun. And I think we can go right around that dragonfly there. And this one's a little bit higher inland. This one's near the end. She's doing a better job of leaving room on the end for the finger holds. But anyway, we got to make this thing round. As you can tell, when it goes around, it's not very straight. It sort of looks like it's off, but that doesn't matter because we'll make it round. Let me get this in there, and let me get you guys up on the, let's see, Tuesday night. Here we go. All right, let me see if we got any chats in there. Let's see. Hi, Laura. Hey, Ann. How you doing? So we got Lori in there. We got Ann in there. Let's see. Crystal Lloyd, Larry, Lori, Joe, Lori, Trudy. Hello, Trudy. Good to see you. Carrie says, what's Carrie, or April says, what's Carrie up to? I'm excited to tell her hubby had me order my birthday present from him, even though my birthday isn't until the end of next month. That's awesome. What a guy. It's coming anyway. Might as well just do it, right? And then April, yep, she's working on your blue ebonite blank listings. That's very exciting. And then Trudy says hi. And we got April. Carrie, I ordered 2 Kettner canvases from DAC. Oh, you'll be in like Flint there. Trudy ordered the little bear one from Amazon today. Very nice. Joe saying hello to everyone. Carrie says, who got the new Jeremiah Kettner bear from Amazon today? I did. You did? What? I'm just kidding. I got the Witch's Black Cat. April says, Trudy has 2 of those in my stash. Lori says, I did. Larry says, hey, Rudy. Trudy. T. Rudy. Let's see. So I'll have 3 to work on. Perfect timing for the event. Cindy says, hi, Trudy. And we're all caught up. And Trudy says, hi, Cindy. Okay. Let's get this going. We got the blower on. We're going to get this thing going about 100 miles an hour to make the rounding smooth. All right, here we go. Nice and gentle. Doing this particular operation puts a lot of shock into a blank. So until we at least get it decently round, we don't want to be too aggressive. If it were nothing but resin, we could do it a lot faster. And you notice not much is going into the dust collector chute. It's going all over the shop. All right, now the pieces are getting light enough. All right, that one is nice and round. And there's Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to come down here, some baseball bat and a very thin finger grip. She's down in that Joe range. There's other people down there too, but I can't remember all those. I do remember Joe's though. I'm just hoping we don't clip too much of the little cute little dragonfly down here. Again, the other end I'm not terribly worried about, but all right, let's see what we're down to here. We're down to 0.52. So we're getting close. I don't feel that grasshopper yet, so I'm feeling pretty good. This is very exciting. We have not touched that little dragonfly yet. 0.51. Going down 0.03 more. Okay, 0.49.5. Ooh, we're getting so close. Where's that little butterfly at? Oh, she's right on the edge. I don't think we're going to hit the dragonfly. That's awesome. There we go. That is it. And we didn't hit the dragonfly. That is freaking awesome. Love it. There we go. Nice. AC went out today. 86. Oh, no. Yeah, Louisiana. That's sticky down there, too. Oh, they did fix it. Very nice. Probably nothing but a capacitor or something like that, right? Fired up for the first time and something blows. Critters chewing on the wires. Oh, yeah. And then when we get done with crystals, we're going to turn a beige ebonite pen. And I've been trying to contact India all day, but I think they have a vacation going on. It's holy day over there right now. HOLI day. Let's see how we're getting down there. Probably still a little fat. Yeah, it's about a 0.53. We'll just nibble it away. All right, we might be closer here. Yep, on the money. Love it. The ends of these come very rough, but they're all nice and smooth now. And then we got to do some finger. So when you make something this small down here, you got to give room up in here for the fingers to lay. All right, we're going to slim this one down just a little bit, see what it looks like on the inside. And then we'll know exactly where we're going to make our cuts or our shaping. All right, we'll leave that right there. We're going to sort of semi-finish it, if you will. I just got to be able to see what the inside looks like here. All right, that's decently smooth. Let me hit one more piece of sandpaper on there so we can see on the inside of it. So how was everybody's Tuesday? Pretty good? What'd y'all do today? I just did paperwork and email blasts and mail merges and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so we got a bee right here. Got a collection of flowers and something in there. I don't know what that is. Is that like a little bee or something? Oh, it's another dragonfly. So dragonfly, dragonfly, dragonfly. And there's something right there. I can't really see it, but it looks like there's this jewel there and a jewel there. Yeah, so obviously the bee in the middle is the guy to sort of work around. Let's see how close to the center he is. All right, so we're back down to, just a little under 5.5. That's going to be our middle right there. Let's see where that bee lines up. Oh, that bee lines up pretty good. He's almost right in the middle. That's nice. Okay, so I think, again, this is going to be single pane window. And I think that our cut is going to go right here. And let's see how that measures up on the other side. That's about 3/4. That would be right about here. And that lines up pretty decent. There's that little thing below there. I'm not sure what that is, though. I can't really. I should polish it up more so I can see. But that's going to be pretty good. And I will cheat this one. It'll be off a little bit, but I'll cheat it over here just to stay away from whatever's right below that line. So we'll do a little cheating here to make it look real cool. Get that adjusted just right. All right, blower is on. Okay, this one can be right on the money. And this one we're going to cheat over just a little bit to stay away from that little figure that's below there. Your eyeballs won't be able to tell too much. If you didn't watch the video, you never would have known. Telling on myself. Tim was cheating on the video. Carrie, time to go get Kevin if you're watching. I know you're aware. April's been hanging out at home diamond painting. All right, let's get our windows started here. Hey, Larry, since it was nice out, were you out there doing some pens and stuff? Getting some stuff done out there on the porch? I sure hope so. I know you're biting at the bit on the inside, trying to get outside and get something done. All right, we got that started. Let's clean that up a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, blow her off. Let's get the diaper in place. I found a limb with a crotch. I may try to get it and turn later. Nice. Very nice. Nothing like finding a good branch to turn, I'll tell you. Especially if it's got some nice curl in it or some good patterning. That'd be awesome. I was inside all day while it was gorgeous, just doing paperwork, email, and on conference calls and all that fun stuff. And you know what's fun is when I do these during the week, it takes the pressure off my weekends. That's why I like turning all the way through, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday, because that gives me a little bit more on the weekend to play with other projects, experiment on stuff, try some things, that kind of stuff. That's why I cut Joe's blank, because I feel within the next week, I said, we ought to be working on that sucker. Joe, the question is, what size pen do you like? Some people like a thicker fountain pen. Some people like a thinner fountain pen. I mean, with your diamond painting pen being such a small finger grip, thinking you might want a smaller, not as thick, if you will. Not sure if y'all heard or even care, but Kroger is getting a new CEO. About 8 years ago, many write-ups called him the grocer of the universe. Like there was nobody better. I don't know, Joe. What size are the fountain pens you're using now? What size are they? Are they comfortable? That's the key. I mean, most fountain pens have to be a certain size because they have the cartridge on the inside and you got to screw the top onto the body and that kind of stuff. And generally, you're holding the section where the nib is and not the pen. The pen is just resting in your the crotch of your hand. Yeah, I might write him. He's a pretty good acquaintance. I won't say friend because we're not eating each other's house and stuff like that. But he knows me and I know him, and we had some dealings together when I was at Walmart in Bentonville. He was just a fabulous guy. But I think he will do good. He did great for Walmart. Really put Walmart on the track. The stores were run pretty well at Walmart, but he came in and said, let's stop building so many dang stores and let's fix the ones we got and make them run even better. And that was sort of his mantra, his battle cry. And right now, the problem with Kroger is Kroger's very inconsistent no matter where you go. And Kroger's big. Walmart is not Kroger. The former, now Greg Foran, you can look him up, Foran. He's a New Zealander. And he just stepped down about 7 months ago from running Air New Zealand. And that's where he went after he left Walmart after about 6 years. And they were paying him about, $12, $15 million a year, depending upon the year. And he did a fantastic job straightening the stores out. And his biggest frustration was store managers that didn't give a crap. Five and a half long is the extra fine one you have. Well, when you take the cap off, that's probably about the right length, Joe, because the one I make for you will not post. I'm probably not that advanced yet. Yeah, Walmart is not Kroger. Kroger's can be good if you get one that's run well. But Kroger is more like a regular grocery store than Walmart is. Walmart is more like a machine grocery store. Everything goes in the right spot. Nothing's out of place. They know what's in there. They run it tight. You know, they just finished up their year at $722 billion in revenue, and they only made 3%. At the end of the year, everything said and done, they made 3% profit, which is so skinny. But I love the grocery business. It's so fun. The Waterman would be like, yeah, generally they're cast plastic or, and they got little metal pieces on them. Yeah, my Waterman's really nice too. Oh, mom's going to get Kevin. Bye-bye, Felicia. Yeah, Kroger's got a number of brands. They got Smith's and Fred Meyer. I think they brought Fred Meyer years ago. Carrie wants you all to know it's raining. Yeah, I think Dillon's is a Kroger too. Yeah. Yeah, on the larger, better demographic stores, they'll put toys in there and pillows and ironing boards, and all depends upon the square footage. Most regular grocery stores that don't expand into all that extra stuff is about 40,000 square feet. But when you get into one and it's 50, 45, 50, 56,000 square feet, then they have a lot more items that because their demographics are heavier. They got a bigger footprint in the neighborhood or nobody else nearby or something like that. So yeah, it's all driven that way. It's like my store in Pea Ridge, Arkansas did not have a Hispanic section, and it didn't have a Negro section, for the hair. I did have a Hispanic section for food. some about 6 or 7 4-foot sections that had all their beans and menudo and all that kind of good stuff, pickles, and same stuff in the other aisles, just had the other brand. What's that? What's that famous Mexican brand? Can't remember what that was. I could see it in my mind, but can't remember. Hey, Siri, be quiet. Why is she saying pause in the living room? What is she talking about?
Okay, let me know if there's anything else.
She said, pause in the living room, Siri said. I'm like, what? All right, here we go. I'm going to buff this just a hair so we can see what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. I'll just buff the middle section here so we can see it really nicely. Kevin will do it much better later. Yeah, it looks very cute. Kevin will do the real buffing job on it after he gets home late tonight, probably. All right, let's check it out. Let's hit the microscope up here. Goya, that is the one, Joe. Goya, very famous brand, very good brand too. Okay. Just missed. I got all that junk on there from my buffing. That's pretty cool. Check that out. And that's why you have to turn right above that line, because those guys stick above the line and you want them to be in the center. That little dragonfly. Oh, that was that thing that I moved. So if I hadn't moved that cut over and cheated it a little bit to the left, we'd have cut right down through his wings. So I couldn't see what it was, but something was down in there. That's pretty cool, huh? That's just a jewel there. And another little dragonfly down there. I love how they got like the sort of got thickness to them. That's cool. That is a cute one, isn't it? Everybody agrees. All right, let's get another one here. This one's going to be the squids. Let me move the camera back over there. I just got it mounted. Love dragonflies. Yeah, me too. The real ones especially. Okay, we're on the right camera. That's good. I guess I already changed the camera. Now let's get this set right here. Now we're going to make this puppy round. And again, this one here, we're almost right on the line. Did cheat it a little bit this way because this color there is a little bit thin down there. All right, here we go. We see those chunks flying off. Look at that. That's just that extra outer layer when you're re-pouring something. Let me move this in just a little bit. So what that's doing is getting caught on a square piece. Ooh. All right, nice and round and smooth. Still got a little flatness right there, but that's okay. All right, this one I'm not too worried about. We're right above the line. All that stuff should be protected nicely. Here we go. Again, we're going baseball bat, 0.48 again. Crystal, I trust your other pens. That's fitting you nicely and very comfortable in your hand. I think that's still a little too fat, but let's see. Yeah, 0.55. Tim, did you see the I did not. I've been working all day. I saw your live sitting on the side there. I'm like, but that was from yesterday, I think. So I didn't even do much YouTube while I was working today. And this is going after the father of the boy, right? I would imagine he'd have been convicted and got 20 years for being so dang irresponsible. Of course, I don't know what the maximum penalty was, but that's what I'd put him away for. 0.549. Very close. No, facing 180 years, he can room with his, yeah, with a kid. Yeah, you can't be stupid with stuff that can hurt people like that. Maim, including being deleted from the earth. That's not good. I'm a gun owner. I like guns. I enjoy guns. But I'm responsible. Mainly because I don't like prison. I do not look good in a wig. I got video proof of that. And I don't want to be anybody's girlfriend. I'd make a terrible date. And I suck at making license plates. They wouldn't let me have a lathe in there. Too many sharp tools. Maybe I'll tell the warden I'll make him a pen. Let's see how big we getting to be. I think we're still a little fat. Yeah, we're at 0.55. This one's perfect over there. I don't believe in a lot of gun laws, but you know, if you can't have them responsibly and do the right thing, then and again, it wasn't his gun ownership; it was really his parenting skills more than anything else, or lack thereof. I mean, him and her both pretty much sucked as parents. They failed that exam. Oh, I didn't finish the end over here. These ends are like the roughest ends ever. Good thing we got this carbide steel on here to wear that down. That feels nice and smooth now. Sort of like drinking. Guns remind me of drinking. Alcohol is not illegal, but improper use of alcohol is not good. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me thin this down just a little bit. All right, that's nice and thin now. Let me finish that up, or pre-polish it, if you will, so I can see what's on the inside. And I see Rebecca chatting away. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, guilty. Let's see, yes, now facing 180 if he can room with his son. Guilty of 4 counts of second-degree murder. Absolutely. If you get one, you get all 4, right? And numerous counts of cruelty to children, mainly his own and the kids in the school. LOL, live from prison, it's Tim. Can you imagine? By the way, Larry, Tim introduced me to Dragon Spit. Oh, okay. My rifle is kept locked up. My pistol is kept on my belt. Open carry state. I love it. When I leave the house, and then goes in my bedside lockbox when I'm home. Good girl. Good girl. How did catch the dragon? Oh, dragon spit. Well, they didn't catch him. They just held him and made him spit. They just caught all the spit. I refused to have a gun in the house when the kids were growing up, and then just never got one. I like rifles better than handguns anyway. Yeah, I like rifles too. I like both, quite frankly. That whole family was a train wreck. Oh, there's no question about it. Oh, they were living off grid? Oh, my goodness. It's one of them people, like sort of off grid, sort of not off grid. Can't make up their mind. Oh, my goodness. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, Rebecca. Lock them up, man. Mainly because you don't want them used on you. And my ammo is not next to my guns. Yeah, what we need to do is teach people how to act around guns. That's the problem, is we don't teach them. We just look at the cowboys and robbers, or cowboys and Indians, or cops and robbers, or all that stuff. I wouldn't live off grid, but I would call it skinny grid. Carrie would never have that, though. Forget it. Never happen. Not on the hair of your chinny chin chin. I'd say, hey, honey, let's move to Alabama. Let's get us a mobile home and 10 acres, and let's see how it works out. That wouldn't happen. Yep, guns are welcome until the gun owner or the homeowner says, not here. And then you got to take it off. I respect that. All right, let's see what we got here. We got it sort of finished up. Let's see. So we got a squid here. Let's find out where the middle is first. Let me get it dry here. It ruins my marker. Okay, there's our middle. And luckily, that squid is right on the middle. Oh, look at that. That guy's right there. Then we got one there that we got to worry about. And there's another guy way down here we don't have to worry about. And we didn't cut into him from the sides. So that's handy. You know what we might do on this one, because it's a bit clear? We might do some very shallow restraints. And we'll make sure there's not one on top of him. Let's see how that would work out. That's interesting. I just had that thought. Because this one I can dig into a little bit and make it not just a single pane window. And all I have to look at when doing that is how close they are to the side. And I can see both sides, and they've got decent clearance. So let's go see. If I don't want one on top of him, so we would straddle that, because our peaks would be here. No, I think we need to keep the peak on top of him. No? Let's do it. If we did it that way, that would be the valley. If we did the peak on top of him, maybe we'll just do Maybe we'll do Loch Ness instead. Let's bring that in. Yeah, that might be a better idea. That should be good right there. Because if I do Loch Ness, that'll give me, let's do it like that. I'll dig here, dig there. That'll give me 4 digs. And then the rest will be a dome. That'll be it. That'll be it right there. That's the way to do it. These blanks take a lot of thought, I'll tell you. Here we go. Let's review that just to make sure, because we're not too far into it yet. So yeah, this will be a hump here. A hump here. I'm going to cheat this one over just a little bit. I think we'll put this one. So this will be our hump right here. These will be our digs. Yeah, I'm going to cheat it down to there and cheat it right to there. Yeah, that'll be good. Let me draw a line here so I know where to dig. Going to dig there. Going to dig there. Going to dig there. And we're going to dig right here. Beautiful. And that'll leave nice little finger holds. Okay, see what we got here in the chat. Pretty active today. My dad started teaching me at 4. Very good. Oh no, off grid for me. I need coffee, McDonald's. Well, you could drive. I'm in a family of hunters. Guns are important. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for that. I can only imagine the look you would get. LOL. Guns have a place, but not in the child's bedroom who has mental health issues. Well, the mental health issues were caused by the parents. This kid didn't have some mental defect he was born with. They caused that. They caused that badness, that maladaptive behavior. And I'm going to cheat these just a little wide as well. This should look like an ocean when we're done, like a wavy ocean. Yeah, sometimes that bad parenting really affects a lot more people than just the people it affected initially. With that set of parents, that kid didn't have a chance in life. Wonder what the brothers and sisters are like, if he has any. All right, there's our beginning. This will look like a rolling ocean on top of the squids. Tim, whatever you just said in your head, I agree. Yeah, but the problem is, Rebecca, all that childhood wiring is there. How old were they, the young kids? I forget. And once you get wired like that, unless you get in there and specifically rewire it, it's not going to change. They will carry it into adulthood. All right, here we are. The sister took the stand. They are now growing up happy. And no, they're not growing up happy. The girls, 14 and 15, they're done. They're 95% cooked. They'll have less torture, but man, it's going to manifest itself in about 7 or 8 years. Those kids are in survival mode. That is so sad. Man alive. Now, you don't need a license or training for parenting, but you're going to do exactly what your parents did. So both of them, they were raised that same way. Maladaptive and dysfunctional. That's sad. Mom should stand trial for kidnapping the grandmother. Yeah, I need to watch more of the details. That's going to come out on one of those ID channels. You know who moved in next door? Or I married an off-gridder? That should be the new channel. I married an off-gridder. Not who the heck did I marry, but I married an off-gridder. Because except for a couple of normal people, most of those off-gridders are odd. Maybe that's why I fit in. Yeah, Rebecca, will the prison let me go live and turn pens? Probably only if I'm doing them for the warden, right? See what kind of pens he likes. I think Carrie made it through that 56 days. She still don't know who did it. Wonder if Carrie brought in the Walmart order. I don't even know if it got here before she left. Yeah, why not, Rebecca? You got plenty of time, right? Get some material, some needle and thread, and it's not like you need machines, although they could make them faster that way. Might as well make something. Sit around and gossip around the quilt, you know? Figuring out who's girlfriend. Oh, Mom's still to stand trial. I thought it was should stand trial. Yeah, that family needs, sadly, be broken up and people held accountable and everybody else set free. At least you're chatting, Rebecca. Point, counterpoint. Somebody argue with Rebecca. Come on now. Yeah, I think prison would just drive me crazy. That's why it's got to be good. It's not a jewel turn because, you know, on a jewel turn, I've got to go too deep and I would be digging into the glitter and stuff like that. And I don't know exactly how stable that would be. So I would like to have done a jewel because that one squid is right in the middle. Or jellyfish is right in the middle. Funny story. Got all dressed, went to physical therapy. Only to discover I got there 20 minutes early or away. Wrong day. Oh, my goodness. Well, apparently you needed to drive out of the house. Needed to see some countryside. Let's see, that's 4. Here comes number 5. It was gray. In fact, I took Carrie to the doctor, a little checkup there. And it was 80 degrees when we left the house. Drove about 15 minutes, take her to the doctor. I waited in the car for a bit. Hour later, it was 67. I'm like, wow, it got really gray and real dark. I'm thinking, dang, man, that was crazy. It was gray. Still always good to get out of the house, though. Go for a little drive. All right. Let me go shoot this on the buffer and we'll take a look on the inside. Oh, we got a really nice prism effect on there too because of the curves. Oh, that's so cool. All right, let's check this out here. It's going to stay at the YMCA. Okay, let's put it up here a little higher. Let me get focused in on that baby. I'll put it right down here. Where is that? There it is. There we go. Oh, it's got a fish in there, like a little big fish. But look at the prismatic effect as it rolls. It's like the ocean. Look at that. Oh, that's too cool. Crystal, you could just sit and rocking back with this thing, rock back and forth all day and watch it looks like the ocean's really moving. That was a good turn. I don't know how I figured that one out, but check it out. That's too cool. Yeah, I like that. When you're sitting there looking at it, it just goes squiggly on you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I hope you get some rain, Joe. You probably need some. I know we need rain up here. Carrie said it was drizzling a little bit when she went to get Kevin. Let me go make sure the Walmart order is in the house. I don't know if she got it before. My goodness, this lady keeps jumping in. Let's see. Nope, it's out front. Well, I will carry it in. Oh, it's cold out here. Feels like it's in the high 50s. Well, at least it's cold. Let me just put the cold stuff away. One there. Ooh, 2 packages of blueberries. Yum, yum. Those are mine. I bet you eat 4 packages of blueberries a week. And bananas and avocados. I'm going to put those bananas in their own bag so they'll ripen faster. Don't know if you guys know this, but bananas put off what's called ethylene gas. In fact, they pick the bananas raw, green, literally green, and then they store them in a warehouse until they're getting ready to ship them to the stores. And then they'll blast the warehouse with ethylene gas to start the ripening process. So when we get the bananas at the store, we would have to stage them and unstack them because they'd come in on a whole pallet. And we would have to unstack them and air them out, because if not, literally the bottom of the pallet's at about 140 degrees with the ethylene gas and the things ripening. And then we never put the flowers near the bananas because the flowers would cure way too fast. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. Awesome job. All that math he did. 4 divided by 3, carry the 1, and bam, you have a beautiful pen. That was it. That was higher length addition. Yeah, I do blackberries too. April likes her bananas green. It's interesting. Yeah, the green ones aren't ripe. I like them when they're yellow and just starting to spot because that means all the sugars or starches have turned to sugar. Now they're nice and sweet. All right, here we go. Hyper speed. Let's make it round. What's up, Kevin? Still, right? Nice and smooth. All right, we got some thicker little jewels in there too. Maybe tomorrow I'll vacuum in the shop. Certainly needs it. What's up, baby? Carrie's back. .52. .48 on the money. See how we're doing here. We're down there. It's 0.55. Still a little fat. Well, I'm really getting a lot of vibration from this end here. I'm going to drill that one just a little deeper. It's not very stable. That's a lot deeper now. That should turn a little better. It's getting quite the wobble in that bad boy. .48.5. Perfect. All right. Let's skinny the middle down a little bit and see what we're doing. Just got that little bit to do right there.
If I woke up at 4 a.m., I wouldn't have it done.
You missed some there?
Oh, someone else.
Yeah. There you go. That's Kevin's left to do. That'll be out of focus, probably. Okay. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's finish this up a little bit so we can see what we got on the inside. Smells like it's raining outside. Smells like it's raining outside. Somebody is talking about bananas and stuff. Oh, plantains. Heck yeah. I will next time hubby bring home green bananas, maybe sprinkle with a little cinnamon after you take them out of the pan. Yeah.
Oh, you
Nothing
people
wrong
talk
with
about
that.
food.
They're
Anyway,
really good fried in bacon grease. Oh, I never tried that. That sounds good.
So-
I mean, yeah, I've had peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwiches. That's pretty good.
so when I first,
You got a mic?
yeah,
Oh, good deal.
when I first was on, I think I was a manager over at, we called it the drive store, but it basically was a Walmart, and you couldn't go shopping. You just ordered online. We were testing it. And so they had all these plantains. And so I grab them and I say, oh, we don't need these. These are bad. Look at this. And there was a gentleman who was from Mexico who speaks pretty good English. And he's like, Carrie, what are you doing? And I'm like, these are bad, Francisco. We can't keep these on. Why did you throw these away? No, those are perfect plantains. So the darker they are, the better they are for cooking or eating or whatever.
Yeah, because before then it's just a poker chip.
So they do, when you see it light colored or yellow or green or whatever color they come in, you want them to be like dark brown and almost black. That's perfect plantain. So I learned something there. So now if I see plantains, that I had to train people, don't throw this away. Because people will bring it to the back to be discarded.
Plantains are big in that Cuban food world.
Yeah.
Yum,
so
yum.
if you were in a Hispanic market area, and they called the stores of the community. So based on people that lived in that area, you had different things. So we had a lot of Hispanic spices and guavas and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I learned about plantains. I loved them, but I didn't know how they came, that they came dark like that. So pretty funny. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm not sure, but my funny story with plantains. Like,
Yep, if you store the bananas away from everything that wants to be ripened or aged, that would be a good thing to do, Rebecca. Store them away. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we do too. Rebecca.
All right, so we got a bow right here. We got this little thing in the middle. I don't know what the heck that is.
What's that? Where?
What is that thing?
Oh, I don't have my glasses on. I don't know. Hold on.
And then we got like a brassy plastic thing here, another bow. So a bow, just a little rose, I think that is, a little flower with petals. And there's a cat's face there. I think that's what that is, or a fish face. Not sure. And you got like a thing there in the middle. I don't know what those things are. They must be cats. Yeah, I think they're cats. Cat, and a cat. Rose and a rose, a bow, and there's no other bow down there. So let's see where the middle is here. Let's see. This is a little bit lower, about right there. That's the middle there. That's just above that cat there in the middle. Yeah, what do we do with this one? So we could dive right here. How far off is that? Here we are dividing by 3 and carrying the 1. Let's see. So that one there is about 7/8. That's about a good place for a finger hold. If I went the other way 7/8, it would take me right there. What's below it? Oh, is that a butterfly? That might be a butterfly, not a rose. Can't see too well. Oh, I can't tell. I think it's a butterfly. Let's dang. So I guess if we do a single pane window, you're going to see the cat and you're going to see the bow and you're going to see that little blue metal thing, whatever that is. And there's the same blue metal thing there. That's about our only option. She doesn't make these for turning. She makes them for, look how dang cute they are. So we got to figure out what to do with them. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for us there. Yeah, you'd have them in Miami Beach, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's do this here. Get this all set. That's a little high. Turn the blower on. This is too fat in there, and I can see what I've got to deal with now. So I got to skinny this down for the fingers to land there. Should be a little sexy curve going down into there. There we go. That way the fingers fit nicely. And we'll do the same thing on the other side because we got way too much rise on that baby. Yeah, Carrie and I went to a Cuban restaurant. We were down there in Fort Lauderdale at Denise's recommendation. I think she recommended. I could be wrong. Can't remember. But it was really good. And they had fried plantains on there. Oh, my goodness, that was so good. I think I might even like them better than sweet potatoes. There we go. That's looking good. That's better. Couldn't get those angles right. Now it's perfect. Blower off. Diaper in place. Let's see. Been trying to find some lamb chops. Ooh, that's good. Pollo Tropical. Not in Wichita. Oh, there's probably some around there somewhere. Then instead of fries, they had fried yucca. Oh, that is good. Yep. Yep, absolutely. That was their fries. Potatoes. Why we use them cheap potatoes? Let's have some yucca. The place we at right there in, I think it was Dania Beach or something like that there by Fort Lauderdale. And, man, that place was awesome. I mean, they were really fast, good, and hot. Very flavorful. Hollywood, Florida. So you've been to that famous restaurant with their own root beer and soda and stuff like that? Big foot-long hot dogs, and it's like an old-time store when you go in there. Food is awesome. Can't remember the name of it, but it's right there in that place. And I'm sure you've been there more than once. They got great ice cream, all that stuff. Padrino's, that's the one. Heck yeah, Denise. That was good. What was the name of that hot dog stand you and Carla and me and Carrie and Kevin went to? Jake's? Something like that? Rated or raised? Everybody's a critic. Padrino's. Yes, ma'am. That was the one. But what was the name of that ice cream place, Carrie? Down in Dania Beach? Fort Lauderdale? We took Carla and Denise too. Jake's? Jacobs? Samuel's? Can't remember. Come on, Rebecca. You've been there. I know Denise knows it. Denise is a Florida girl. She's been going to that place her whole life. Great food. They even had their own kind of soda. No Coke or Pepsi. But it was really good soda. And the portions were monstrous. Been there forever. Jackson's. There you go. Jaxsons. I think we did a thing on our Leopard or our Triple C Adventures channel. We visited there. I took some video. Jackson's. Yeah, that was fun. Fun, good stuff. And these monster hot dogs, my goodness. And it was a really excellent hot dog. Carla finished hers off. I'm like, man, where'd that lady put that? Yes, the kitchen sink. Yep, Rebecca, you and Denise were neighbors and didn't even know it till many years later. We didn't order the kitchen sink, by the way. That would have been too much. A mere 10 years ago, I did not have a hot dog. I had the chicken fingers and fries with some honey. And they were more chicken fingers than I can eat. We took some back to the hotel. Fled Florida. I'm sure that's why you left, because he got elected. Yeah, I did not get the hot dog. Sadly. But it was huge. It literally was a foot long, I believe. Denise could correct me on that one, but I think it was pretty dang long. If it wasn't a foot, it was a good 10 inches. As long as they're not serving those Bar S hot dogs. I used to sell the tar out of those things at Walmart. They were so cheap and crappy. That's what you feed a bunch of kids. Kids are going to drop them all over the floor. You don't give them the Bar S. I mean, you don't give them the Hebrew Nationals or the, what are the big ones there? Hebrew National and Nathan's. You don't give those to the kids. Give those to the adults. Kids get the Bar S because they're not going to finish it. They're going to drop it on the ground. All that good stuff. All right, let's go. I get a little later than I thought. It's taking a long time to do these bad boys. Too much math involved. Okay, let me buff these up a little bit here. All cat lovers are going to love these. think I'm seeing things. Can't wait to see this under the microscope. All right. It's not completely buffed, but you'll get the idea. Let's see. Digital microscope. All right, where'd it go? Here it is. There's a little kitty on top there. And then a bow right below her. A lot of glitter. So what is that there? Is that a bee? Is that a rose? I can't tell what the heck that little thing is. I think it's like a rose with two leaves or something. Another kitty there. Another bow. And I don't know what that thing is. Maybe it's a bee. Birds in the... No, that's cat. I don't know what that is. Catnip, maybe? I don't know. Isn't that cute? Shiny, I'll tell you. Is that a mouse? I'm going to get it even closer, Larry. I think it's a little rose. A stem rose. Yeah, 2 leaves and a little rose of some type. And that one, yeah, it's a little rose. That's what that is. That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, a lot of action in that pen, huh, Joe? Okay, let's get up here where I am. Let me come over here and take the bushings out. That'll prepare it for Kevin. And we are not going to do the beige tonight because these took too much math. But we'll be back. Haven't even cut the beige yet. So I got to do that. All right, there we go. 3 down in the packet. Boom. Up for Kevin. In the outbox. It's a cat in a teacup. Maybe that's what it is. Now I wish it were now that I see it. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Those are very fun blanks. Pretty tough, though, I'll tell you. Let's see. So April's got a brisket. Let's go. Let's go, brisket. I love a brisket. We cooked 10 or 12 of them in the last year and a half or 2. It's a lot of meat for 3 people, let me tell you. It takes us a while to polish that bad boy away. But it's pretty tasty. Good and smoky and peppery. Anyway, everybody have a fabulous evening. And here's Carrie. She back. She back. A fresh brisket. Well, I wouldn't want an old one, that's for sure. You probably just killed the cow yesterday, right? Yeah. All right, everybody, have a good evening. We'll see you soon. I don't think we'll be live. Do we go live on Wednesday? Sometimes. Maybe she'll have a blank drop or something. I don't know. And April says, hi, Carrie. See you guys. Bye-bye.